Hey, welcome to Fluketronic. Today we're looking at a new instrument, new to me. This is a low B flat, rim blown, Anasazi tuned flute from Terry Karrow in Minnesota. So this is a very cool looking flute. Got some fractal burning on there. So yeah, let's talk about this flute. So we're having a discussion in the flute makers group, of which I am a member, even though I don't actually make any flutes. And we're talking about rim blown designs. And Terry came up with this one and said he had done this Anasazi style with a quena or xiao style mouthpiece. And most of these kind of flutes have a wider, more shakuhachi-like mouthpiece, but he did a few like this. This is from 2016. And has not been making flutes for a few years, but said he had one he could send me. And I wanted to give it a try, so here it is. So meets the intended purpose for sure. Definitely easier to get a sound out of, as you heard there. So let's talk about the advantages of this style of tuning. Now, I'm having trouble with the reach of this low key, but the advantage of this tuning is that the finger stretch is not that bad, even with these lower tunings. So if you're able to do piper's grip well, or you have long arms, then the actual finger stretch is not that bad. And to kind of illustrate that, this is a E flat whistle I've got. And if I line up bottom hand there, you can see it's almost identical as far as the finger stretch. And even on the top hand, pretty close as far as the spacing on the fingers. Now, obviously, this is a much lower key. This is B flat, this is an E flat, fourth higher. So the holes are going to be further down the tube. And that's what's giving me a little trouble trying to reach the bottom there. So I'll try and give you a sense of what those bottom notes might sound like. I'm going to plug this middle hole here. Which obviously is going to affect the tuning of those notes in the upper hand, but that lets me get down to here a little bit. And I think it's leaking a little bit around there. So unfortunately, I can't give you a good, real good picture of what the root of that sounds like. But that's what you got. All right. Will say if you're looking for flutes of this style, the term Anasazi is kind of fallen out of favor. It has some kind of pejorative issues with historical usage. Still, if you're searching for flutes, you may find that term. There's a couple of makers making similar style with the wider mouthpiece to, I know of, our Geoffrey Ellis. He calls his the Baskemaker, and Mike Turner calls his the Ancestral Puebloan tuning. There's a couple of makers with a similar fingering with a fiddle style mouthpiece, maybe a little easier to get into. One is called the Enchanter flute. That's from Ernest Oliva. I do not have one of those. I do have a couple of Cliff Doyler flutes from Brent Adams. So if you're interested in trying that tuning, those are some ways to go for you. And I'll give you links on all that below. But that's it. Thanks for watching.